baby. It's Monday. You know what that means. It's me. It's Michael B. And welcome to another episode of Chillin' Chat. It's a moderately okay podcast about home arcade and other things. Mainly, I just like coming on here and hanging out with my friends and hanging out with you guys live on camera. Anyways, tonight we got some fun stuff to talk about because there's Arcade1Up rumors. Are they real? I don't have a friggin' clue, but we're going to talk about them. All kinds of wacky Arcade1Up rumors seemingly coming from one source, so we'll talk about that tonight. We've also got some AtGames news that just came out. I know a lot of people got their Star Trek machines just last week, and unfortunately couldn't do your day one updates. Well, we've got some updates on that. And last but not least, I have an awesome co-host tonight. Huge surprise. Apparently, he had a weekly show that he did on YouTube. I had no idea. Anyways, he ended that, but yet he's going to be here tonight to talk about what I feel is his true passion and his true calling and what he should do more of on YouTube. Toys. He's going to talk about toys. You guys know I love toys. Anyways, this should be fun tonight. Strap yourself in. It's going to be a wild show. Welcome to Chillin' Chat with Michael B. Oh my God. B, what's happening?
What's going on, man?
Man, I love your new camera. I'm so glad you did that. You know my favorite thing? You go out and you get this crazy new camera for streaming, and then you quit.
Who's quitting? No, just the weekly thing. But thank you, Justin Console Kids. Got to give him a shout out. He was like, hey, I wanted to upgrade my camera. He's like, hey, I have like 3 of these. You want to test this out? And I was like, sure. He's not streaming anymore. I won't too.
So no one says we're gatekeepers. It's a Canon M200, right? That's what, that's what I used to. Awesome camera, guys. Now, B, you probably have like one of Justin's fancy lenses and stuff like that. Like, I don't have a fancy lens. I just have the normal one. Like, you got that bokeh and everything. I mean, you are looking sweet. But if anybody's looking to upgrade your camera setup, like, it's still pricey. It'll set you back like $400 or $500, but it's worth it, man. The picture quality for live streaming is incredible.
Yeah, I agree. And then the cam link, which you use to kind of connect it to your PC, super simple. I was like, is this going to be super complicated? And then it was super nice. So,
well, I mean, you could either use a cam link. I think it actually works with normal Elgato capture card as well.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anyways, if you want to do some fun stuff, that's what you do. That's how you make yourself look pretty, even when you're not like me. Anyways, B, tonight should be a really fun show. We've got some home arcade stuff to talk about, some wacky stuff going in the community. Thanks to our buddy who I just saw in the chat here, James Hates Everything. James Hates Everything is stirring up so much commotion in the community with all his rumors, so we're going to talk about that tonight. We've also got a contest to talk about because Arcade1Up is doing actually a pretty large promotion with Smirnoff Smash. So they're giving away 100 Golden Tee Deluxe Cabs. We'll tell you a little bit about that. Also, there's a no, that's not the right term. It's a tax day sale from Arcade1Up. They know all you people out there, you got a couple extra shillings in your pockets because you got your tax returns. So they're selling a couple cabs right now for discounted prices. There's actually some good deals there. I don't know how good it is when you factor in shipping, so we'll see. Just one second. I've been sick all weekend, guys. I think I got to sneeze. If it doesn't happen.
Achoo, achoo. We're going to do sound effects for everybody.
Awful, awful. Thank you so much. The only thing that could stop me from feeling sick is my buddy Kevin Clausen with the $2 super chat. I'm only here because you got B. Also, Mike B pulls. I don't know if you know this, but Mike B pulls.
Yes, I've heard a couple different times. So. Thanks, Kevin. You're awesome.
All right, so first off, something I do want to do. One of the things that doesn't get said enough about these home arcade companies is sometimes their customer service stuff is awesome and they don't get enough recognition. We're always the first person to say, oh, they didn't send us this fast enough, or this company's doing this. I gotta 100% be honest here. Huge thank you to AtGames. You guys may remember my videos the last couple weeks. My bit LCD for my AtGames Legends Ultimate has been down. Well, I mean, it's long out of warranty, but I reached out to AtGames customer support anyways. They gave me some basic troubleshooting, and I was like, yeah, sure, basic troubleshooting. I'll power cycle and nothing will happen. But sure enough, they got me back up and running, and my AtGames bit LCD is perfect now. Like, nothing ever happened to it, so thank you very much to them. Speaking of AtGames and their customer service, a couple nights ago, a lot of people were having some bad experiences after they got their Star Trek pinball machines, and the servers went down, so people couldn't do the updates. So we've got an update on that. It's on the official AtGames 4K Legends page. AtGames posted this themselves. Got some good news. Servers are back up, which means now those who receive your new Legends 4K pinball machines this past weekend can now do your day one firmware update and enjoy your new machine. We're implementing the following multi-stage recovery plan to systematically restore full functionality to all our services. So I want to go over this. I don't have my glasses on, so I'll try my best. You can now download the following items. April 15th, firmware version 6.011 for your Legends Pinball, Adam's Family, Peanuts, Attack from Mars, Star Trek, and Dinosaur Dynasty. Gottlieb's Legends 4K Pinball Packs 1 to 4. And Stage 1.5, April 17th, Legends 4K Pinball Packs, Star Trek Pinball Legends 4K Mini Pack release. Stage 2, estimated April 19th, additional Legends 4K Pinball Packs, Adam's Family, Peanuts, Snoopy Pinball, Zachariah, Taito, Natural History, Dr. Seuss. Then April 25th, PinballNet soft launch. So I think PinballNet was originally supposed to come out. I'd have to see the calendar, but I think it was like the 19th or something like that. So that is now going to be pushed back. And where else do we got there? So that's going to be April 25th now. And then Legends HD packs and firmware, HD pinball packs, HD device arcade packs. That's going to be determined. Important note, if your machine indicates in App Store X that there's an available update for game packs in the remaining list above, please do not begin the update process to avoid gameplay interruption. We're actively working to resolve these issues and will provide updates as soon as they are possible. We're also aware some owners have stated they are still having difficulty updating their machines since the servers came back up, and we're looking into it. Sincerely apologize for the inconvenience. Truly appreciate your patience and understanding as we work through these third-party outages. Thank you for being a valued member of the AtGames community. What do you think of that? It's a lot, right?
Yeah, they're the only company whenever they do upgrade or updates, you have to decipher what the update actually means because there's so much information, and it tries to kind of laundry list all the things they're doing versus kind of simplifying their message. Maybe it's their attempt to be over communicative, right?
Yeah.
But then sometimes can muddy exactly what's happening. So I read all that, yay, and it's going to impact a certain number of people. But at least they're making updates and they're communicating. That's always one of the things that we've been wanting from these arcade companies, for them to communicate when issues are happening. But the fact that there's this many issues with the launch of the 4K stuff and little snippets like, hey, it says to download it, but don't download it. Who goes to their Facebook page is going to be seeing these updates to do this if it doesn't pop up. And sometimes they do pop up in the machine, right? Like that same language will pop up on your AtGames as well. Have you seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
So JT Brunick says, that's a lot of spam accounts friend requesting you, Mike. Oh, you have no idea. I lost my account. And what happened was I lost my account because I got hacked because I'm an idiot. And then I started a new Facebook account, and ever since I started it, it's just a bunch of like spam woman accounts. Like they were hardcore, like all these different women adding, like trying to add me and try to start conversations with me. And that didn't work for a while. Like I just wasn't responding at all. So then they tried a bunch of dudes, and they were like, maybe, maybe he'll pick up on these. So now they're back to the women with the fake accounts, and yeah. So there
It
you
wasn't
go.
nostalgia with bananas, and you clicked on it and you hacked your Facebook
No,
account.
no, no. What happened was it was really stupid. I got an email saying there was a problem with my YouTube account attached to my AdSense, and it was in just like my normal mail. And I
Mm-hmm.
very stupidly just assumed, oh, that's how YouTube's going to contact me instead of directly through YouTube like they normally would. So, of course, I signed in and that was it. Game over. My Facebook account I've had since like 2005, gone. My work's Facebook page, gone. My original YouTube Facebook page that had like 2,000 followers, gone. My original
Yeah.
Instagram that also had 2,000
Oh,
followers,
that's nice.
gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
No.
you can never get it back. If something
Yeah.
happens, gone forever with Facebook. So
No recovery.
turn on your two-factor authentication, people. I didn't have it on. It's my own fault.
The more you know, info security. There you go.
Yeah. So, anyways, that's the AtGames news. Now, with that out of the way, I want to bring this fella up. You guys may have seen him. So, this is James Hates Everything. I've seen him in the chat a lot. Really nice guy. And, anyways, he had a bit of an exclusive and a bit of a big news that was all over the community this past weekend. So, James Hates Everything. Guys, go check him out. He dropped this knowledge that Arcade1Up is in fact releasing a new XL coming to Costco relatively soon. Huge order. He's saying there's 15,000 units being ordered to Costco of Miss Pac-Man XL. So, like you guys know, I had heard earlier in the year that it was going to be another Golden Tee XL. I don't know if things have changed. He's now saying that it's Miss Pac-Man. So, B, what do you think? I mean, a lot of people just kind of assumed it was going to be a Miss Pac-Man XL this year to follow up on Pac-Man. Seems like that may be coming true now or not. I don't really know. The thing is, James doesn't have like a picture or any inventory or anything like that. He's got a lot of information that a source gave him. So that's kind of what we're going off now. I talked to P-Dubs about it earlier, and P-Dubs was like, what? That's nothing. I don't have anything to go with here. I'm going to have something. So, I mean, like, this is still super unconfirmed, right?
Yeah, I mean, James is breaking some news. He was like quick to rush. He was like, "Hey, this is a rush video. I'm gonna get to it." And it's inventory stock. And I
Yeah.
think this is now kind of a new place for us to see what's happening. And everything that we know about what Arcade1Up doing now is through retailer relationships. So if somebody is at a retailer that they're working with and has some of that information, it could be an accurate source. And so that's essentially what he was saying, is that a source that is from Costco talked about 15,000 units of that coming.
I don't know if I can believe him. Like the only source I trust is I trust Big Reese, because obviously him taking
Down
his
under.
what I forget what they're called, like his
Yeah.
walks that he does out in the
Yes.
wilderness, and like
Yeah.
he's fighting off a kangaroo, telling us what he
Yeah.
heard at
Spirit
GameStop.
walk. There it is.
So, anyways, James got the exclusive on this, and a lot of people, like I saw in the Arcade1Up Reddit, pretty much everybody's just kind of accepting it now. I reached out to Travis. I tried to talk to Travis about it. Yeah, I don't think Travis is working with Arcade1Up anymore now, or not. I don't know. But anyways, he doesn't have any idea what's going on. No one seems to have anything else. So James really has the only source on this right now. So that's the Costco stuff. So James, also, can you tell me, I'm a little low on paper towel. Do you know how good the stock's going to be next week? I got to go there to get more paper towel.
There was a time where toilet paper was very, very much in demand.
Yeah.
But from a release standpoint, it makes sense from a follow-up standpoint, because the cab design already exists. They don't really have to do anything except do new artwork and update the games list. So from a development standpoint, like, it was easy peasy for them to release this. And much more Pac-Man in our future. Like, wouldn't you have thunk it that it was going to happen if there was any one new cab, new skin that we were going to get? It would have been a Pac-Man of sorts.
What I'm actually surprised by, and I'm thankful for if this does come to fruition, is the fact that they're actually going back to the baby blue, the powder blue,
Mm-hmm.
because they've been real fascinated with that
The
stupid
class of
black
81.
cab. Yeah, I had this up earlier. I don't know if I have it now, but you remember when the deluxe was first announced? You were there, right there in Vegas with
Mm-hmm.
David McIntosh and whoever the hell else
Miss
was there
Cyrus.
for it. With Cyrus, that's what it was, Cyrus.
Mm-hmm.
So when these cabs were first announced, the one they actually had the graphic for was a baby blue Miss Pac-Man Deluxe cab that was spinning around.
Mm-hmm.
Never came to fruition. We only got the class of 81, and then a little later on we got that horrific black Miss Pac-Man. You remember how angry I was about that when I first learned about it, B.
Yep.
You remember how I first learned about that?
Mm-hmm. Through
Do
that,
you?
I don't.
It's because a certain friend of mine was in Vegas for the fighting game championships, putting together a Street Fighter 2 Deluxe that actually came in a Miss Pac-Man
Oh,
Deluxe
yes, yes,
box.
yes, 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 yes. Okay, yes, I got you. Yes, that was supposed to be our unannounced release, but I don't. Did the black one actually come out too?
Yeah,
It
yeah.
did. It did. So there was a
That's
deluxe black one. I see.
the Miss Pac-Man Vault, and I asked Cyrus about it, and he was like, the retailers love the black and pink, so yeah.
Yeah.
Vasel says he likes it too, so I don't
You know
know.
why the black and pink is so popular? It's because of all the blinks. Because all
Oh,
the black pink people, they love black. The
I
K-pop.
don't know what you're talking about.
You
This is
you
so
have
over
no
my head
idea
now.
about
No,
K-pop bands? The
I have
number
no
one
idea.
women's band in the entire world?
I don't know about K-pop. I know about baby metal. Do you know who baby metal is?
You don't know who Blackpink isn't in your area?
No,
They
no.
go to Coachella, man. Do you know what Coachella is?
What the fuck is Coachella?
You have no
I
idea
live
what
on. Oh
Coachella
no,
is.
I kind of know what Coachella is. I kind of know, but I
You're
wouldn't lie
Coachella
to
this
you and
guy.
be like,
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. So
yeah.
yes, the Blackpinks and the Blinks are the reason why Miss Pac-Man is so popular. No, wrong audience.
So it looks like Baby Blue Miss Pac-Man XL. Is that something you're excited for? Not excited for? What do you think?
I mean, I have my mystery drop shipment of my class of 81 Ms. Pac-Man, so I'm not in the market for a Ms. Pac-Man XL. But I'm sure many people would be. I mean, XLs are nice, and if people that want the pair, it's a
Yeah.
nice pair of cabinets to have. And again, it has been a while since they've done a straight Ms. Pac-Man release, like you said. So
Yeah, it's been a while since there's been a straight Miss Pac-Man. Because like even before that, there's been tons of variants. Like we got the wood grain Miss Pac-Man 40th anniversary, then we got Class of '81, and then we got the black and pink Legacy. Then we got the black and pink Deluxe. So this is the first, baby blue and pink that we've seen in a very long time. So
too many Blackpink fans are in your chat right now. So
I don't know what's going on. You guys are so cultured compared to me.
what's up, Mr. Encoder? Yeah. So for folks that don't know, we're like, hey, I thought you said you lost stop live streaming. So funny fact, when I told my wife that I was gonna stop live streaming regular weekly shows, but then I told her I wasn't gonna join your show on Monday, she was like, what the? I was like, I didn't say I wouldn't guest on other people's shows. I was just like, hey, if I don't have to come up with the topic, but yeah, it's cool. It's cool to come back. When you said toy talk, man, I'm all ears. So
Yeah, and we're gonna get to that in a second. You guys see that massive room that B has in the background, and like honestly, just answer this for me, B. You're telling me you didn't originally intend to be a toy channel?
I thought I would probably be covering toys more than I would arcades.
The
100%.
name Kongs R Us, did that have any connection to Toys R Us?
Possibly, if you couldn't tell, yeah, maybe a little bit.
Why don't you just do the toy reviews? Just do it, man.
Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of started. I mean, Arcade1Ups, when I got them originally, they were quote unquote like little toys. They're like
Yeah,
part
exactly.
of my collection. So they were part of my toy hobby of collecting things. And it became like for any collector, not just toys, but a collector of sorts.
Yeah.
When you get into a thing, you go deep into that thing. And so that just happened to be the next thing that I was into. But I've collected lines of things over the years. You're just starting to get into Joe's again and other things too. But like when you're on the hunt for something, it becomes one of the most exciting times to be a collector.
Oh man, it is so cool. Anytime you're collecting anything, there's like a high from it. Like we're
Yeah.
addicts. We're complete addicts. Like I remember when I first got into collecting like for the NES, like I had my childhood collection, But then it was all about like every single lunchtime, I would hit like the string of like thrift stores right in a row. Every single Saturday morning, I was getting up going to these like really, really bad, really bad flea markets that there would be nothing. But one random day, I went in and found a Kickmaster for 50 cents. Like that's the kind of shit like you live for, right? Like I would wake up, take out money every day, and I'd be like, today is the day I'm going to find a Turbo Duo at this ghetto flea market. And it never ever happened. So there you go.
There it is.
Yeah. Anyways, before we get into that, Pac-Man XL, Miss Pac-Man XL. Again, James has the scoop on this. This is for the Costco inventory. There is no other verifying factor right now. So go check out James Hates Everything's video, and you can kind of decide for yourself on whether or not you think this is real. It just makes a lot of sense. They did really well with Pac-Man at Costco last year. I know a lot of people saw them on clearance, so they were like, Arcade1Up is failing. But, I mean, obviously, if this is true, and Costco ordered another 15,000, I think they were pretty happy with how Pac-Man XL sold last year, right?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, from what James was saying in terms of inventory, like he was giving a nice breakdown. I watched his video. It was only 5 minutes, but he gave a lot of like stats. Like this is how much inventory they had, how much was left, what they did with it, what they charged back. I was like, I don't know who your source is, but it sounds accurate. It almost sounds like it's 63.9% accurate. So you don't know who it can come from.
That used to be the John D rumor. Like he'd be like, so anyways, I'm gonna tell you something. Say you got it from a guy at Costco. Anyways, only 5 minutes. Man, I can pleasure my wife 2.5 times.
All around.
That includes the refractory period. Yeah, so go check out James' video. And I wanted to bring something else up because James is everywhere. I turned on YouTube this morning when I first got up with my baby. And you hear of this guy, PD7 Phil, this Lucky Jim's guy? You ever hear of him?
Mr. PD7, I've heard of him. Was there somebody else?
Yeah, he likes walking and talking. He's a wild man for that stuff. Mm-hmm. Anyways, he had up in his video this whole thing about a new leaked list. And so I said, well, I gotta watch his video now and see what's going on. So as I went in, and he brought up this 2024 roadmap. And the thing about it is, the 2024 roadmap is once again based on James Hates Everything. So he's validating James Hates Everything here.
Everything. That's right.
James knows everything. I don't understand, B. We're the ones who work for Arcade1Up. How does James have all these scoops?
It's must be all that AI talk and things. You know, he has them great AI thumbnails that work wonders for it. Adds that validity. And his camera quality, by the way, on point. He also has some very high quality camera work going on.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. So we're looking at this roadmap, and you know, there's some stuff on here that, you know, I think is very realistic. Some stuff not. Like Third Strike Street Fighter 3. They wanted to do it. I don't think that's going to happen anymore. Track and field, I would honestly be hugely surprised that stool, you know, I'm not trying to shit on what he's doing here because he might be 100% right. I have no friggin' idea. It's just, I find it hard to believe that track and field would come out. It's kind of probable because we know they did do some preliminary work on track and field a couple years ago. They tried to sell it to retailers. Mm-hmm. Asteroids Deluxe makes a lot of sense because it's just reskin Atari 50th. Mm-hmm. You know, Smash TV Robotron, he's saying that's the mystery cab. That's what people are saying. We know that they did put some time into it. We know John D did figure out the licensing stuff with Robotron. So, I mean, it's possible. X-Men 97, Golden Tee, we know. Alien versus Predator. I don't know about that. They tried to sell that to retailers earlier the year, and that was a no-go, but anything could change. And it actually looks like he's got an updated image here with new art on the side, too. So that's really, really... Hold on here. Mike, really need to read James' comment in the chat. I'm going to try to go read it. This is just a fancy graphic for my speculation. God damn it, PD7. Damn it! You fooled me!
We're speculating on speculation, so you know it's
if it's just speculation, then James, this is terrible, James. None of this is real. None of this is happening. Even the cabs that you notice are announced, they're not happening either.
Oh, he
All
says
right.
it's based off of Cyrus's marketing style. Third Strike for Evo, TNF for Olympics, GT for the Masters, AVP for movie, MK and Tron for the movies. So he was trying to connect all those dots together. So
I want to tell you that I think you have a really good shot at getting X-Men 97 and Golden Tee Deluxe correct. Uh, Look, Decadent Dave knows. James fakes everything. I got to go back and watch. James, hit me up and give me a heads up what video specifically that is. I'll go back and watch. So, yeah. I don't know. I mean, there are a lot of cabs here people want. Mortal Kombat Deluxe, Mortal Kombat 1. I don't know if people really want that. I thought the MK2 Deluxe was pretty good. I don't know if there's a need to make another MK Deluxe, but again, they might. Tron Deluxe, a lot of people want that. I think that one's going to be a little bit far fetched. Asteroids Deluxe, I think, is possible, but everything else there is a crapshoot. That's the truth.
yeah, I mean, I thought Atari 50th into Asteroids probably would have been the easiest thing to make fruition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hate doing this, but like I know people want, like I saw some of the comments on PD7's video and people are like, this is awesome, you know? I just want something to be excited about. And I think a lot of people feel that way with Arcade1Up this last little while. Like there's lots of really good products coming out, but if it's not something you were looking forward to, it feels like there's a lull or some kind of disappointment. So yeah, I think people are really, really interested in, getting something new. So, anyways, now that we've turned out that wasn't real, let's go about something that actually is real. If you want something new, how about a Smirnoff Golden Tee 3D Cab Deluxe, and it's spelled Golden TEA. What do you think of that, B? Not
Yummy.
really. Not really. But anyways,
Is it
yeah.
a deluxe?
Pardon?
Is it a deluxe? Are you sure
Yeah.
it's not an XL? Yeah.
Nope, that's the deluxe. Look, you can see right there. There's the Arcade1Up logo. There's the coin door put down around your shins, just like you like it.
I thought I saw in the description or in the official rules about a 19-inch screen, though. Is that not?
No, you're crazy, man.
Click on the official rules, like right on the second checkbox right there,
Let's
where it
see
says
here.
click on official rules.
Official
rules.
rules.
Yep. Click on that and then scroll down and it'll talk about the actual product itself. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Prize value right there. 19-inch.
Golden Tee.
It's a 3D 19 arcade machine. It has like.
Oh, maybe it's an XL.
Is that not right?
If you look at the retail price here, this looks like it's an XL and not a deluxe.
$699 is the XL price, right? And it says Golden Tee 3D 19. I don't know. The arcade machine has 19-inch screen with speakers, adjustable volume, weighs 99 pounds. And then they're going to give out 100 of these. So there's 69,000, favorite number, 900,000 value to this giveaway. So
I gotta tell you, I told you already, B. I shouldn't be saying this, but P-Dubs put up a community post about this contest earlier, and I was like, P-Dubs, you shouldn't have put that up. And he was like, why? And I was like, the contest is gonna be on UAG's channel.
A-hole.
And he was like, oh my god, how did this happen? He fully believed it. Anyways, yeah, you know what's interesting about this? This wasn't all that interesting to me before because I was just like, all right, well, this is just like a deluxe cab that's basically going to be reskinned. But, let's put on our, I don't know what you want to call it. Let's put on our tinfoil hats on this right now. I thought all the Golden Tee Arcade1Up XL machines were pretty much sold out. Could they have found additional old XL stock? Or do you think that this is new cabs they're making just for this contest?
I mean, even if they had new old stock, it would be too hard to like reskin it this way. So I feel like this has to be a custom run, especially in that quantity. Like this isn't a one-off that they would just reskin, which they could do. This is 100 new units that they're sending out looking like this product. And so collabs, Arcade when it's all about them collab cabs now. So this is a thing. I guess the only thing that worries me, right, is that Golden Tee XL never got a 19-inch BOE. So are they
Yeah.
updating it with an updated screen like the Pac-Man XL, or are they just gonna keep their old inventory? So that I don't know.
So I would wonder, and I would want to hold on. There is something I want to see happen from this contest. So if anybody wants to get in it, I mean, you definitely should. Like, I don't think you even have to purchase anything. You just sign
Correct.
up, and you can
You
get
just have to get
directly
it
in.
out the way and sign up for all sorts of information. So
So you might as well, but I can't. And also for people complaining about the art, this is not what the cab will look like. This is something they just put together, like an artist's rendering. This is not the final design. So who knows what the final design will look like. But I'm wondering when this finally comes out, I would love to get some feedback from people. Does it have the TN monitor, or is this going to have an updated BOE monitor? Because if this has an updated BOE monitor, there's a possibility there could be an additional run of Golden Tee XL coming out. I saw that J-Pace, not available in Canada, unfortunately, I know. J-Cuts Mike B designed this cat. This community is just ruthless. Ruthless.
you have one cab company
One.
with the design.
One. So let me see if I can just. I wonder if there is additional Golden Tee XL stock out there. Like, it's no longer available in Canada. You can't buy it anywhere. Golden Tee 3D XL. Is it still readily available in the US?
I haven't been looking, but possibly could be.
Oh yeah, Paul, it's 100% an XL. Like, I was looking at it at first. I just assumed with the new release of the deluxe that made sense, but yeah, you're 100%. So James Hates Everything says, yes, it is. Maybe it's just a bunch of additional stock that they had. I can't imagine they would have it sitting in a warehouse. It says it's sold out here on the main page.
Yeah, I think it's just like most times, like it's probably the retailer that really wanted to do this collab, and so they just wanted to get their branding out there in a fun new way. And Smirnoff Smash Tea is brand new, so
Yeah.
I think they're just looking to really reach and connect and collaborate.
So I'm just wondering how this would work, because knowing a little bit about what we know about Arcade1Up, they don't have like warehouses filled up with stock. All their warehouses are gone. So anything they would have are out with the distributors and would have went out to the retailers. So it's sold out through their site. It is still readily available, but would they even be able to access 100 of these and bring them back and reskin them? Or is this a new production run? That's what I'm trying to figure out here. Maybe I'm going a little crazy with it, but I'm just wondering.
You're
I,
getting
I thought
some
it was a
weird
deluxe. It was simple with a deluxe, but this XL, this changes things.
I think it has to be a new production run. Like to be able to get new old stock, like you said, and reskin everything into it, it's too much. It would be crazy to, do like if you looked at the render, right? That's not just like one thing on the side to do. You'd have to get in to do everything. Like I think it's new production run in low quantities. But to your point, maybe there's another future XL run in the works with it too. I mean, and this isn't like no small thing. Like the thing that surprised me about this in terms of any retailer giveaway is that's 100 cabinets.
That's a big
huge,
giveaway too, right?
that's a
Yeah.
huge giveaway. It's $70,000 worth of giveaway, and in this community at this size, it's probably chances are somebody at least in this community, I hope, will actually win one. So put it out there. If you get one, let us know what it eventually looks like. Because if it's just those one-offs, even those collab cabs are really hard to ever see in somebody's possessions, right?
So Austin.FC has a really good point here. Maybe it's been in talk before it's sold out. Maybe this has been going on for a very long time here. That's 100% possible. Or maybe, Twisted Tea just went around to all the ollies and picked up 100 cabs.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know,
The-
but
the boy- I mean, 19K Fox will have the right speculation because he's a Twisted Tea kind of guy. He has to, tell us how that Smirnoff Smash Tea is going to compare and work up his Twisted Tea.
yeah, sorry guys. I know a lot of you guys were disappointed that 19K Fox wasn't on the air last night, breaking his streak of his show this week. I mean, the man streamed during Christmas, during New Year's. He literally never misses a show, but unfortunately, he was in Taiwan overseeing the production of the Nova Blast, so he couldn't make it to the show last night.
It's gonna be, and Nova Blasts are now gonna come with an ice refrigerator with it, courtesy of
Yeah,
1925.
yeah.
So
I would be interested to see. More than likely, it's just going to be the original cab, but there is a possibility here because they don't have stock of these that they can just access to that level of 100. I can't imagine unless the distributor is willing to send them back cabs, or maybe it's returns. Buybacks that they could then turn around and rebrand. Maybe that's a possibility. But if these cabs come out and someone wins one, and it is in fact a BOE monitor, it could lead to another release of the Golden Tee XL cab. So we'll see.
And technically, if you go back to those official rulings, it didn't say anything about a Smirnoff branded cabinet. It could be there just for the render. And what if they just shipped out like actual this cabinet, like looking like this?
That's not such a bad thing, honestly.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, but the Smirnoff fans would be like, "Where's my Smirnoff branded cabinet?" So,
So my buddy here was a Moosehead beer. I know you don't know Moosehead. That's Canadian beer, but he's a Moosehead beer rep, and he actually did a contest with Arcade1Up, and they did a Pac-Man cab, and they wrapped it with the Moosehead wrapping. And anyways, the guy won it. First thing he did was take the wrapping off it. And like he said, it cost a fortune. Like he said, the cab was like, normal price. But then the wrap to get it done, like all the art and decorations, cost something like $3,000 to get it done. So you might be right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds excessive. And when I was at, what was it? CES, it's weird how many other companies will take an Arcade1Up cab and just reskin it to their product. And like there was an audio DJ booth that had 1Up cabs with a mixer on top of an arcade, like just here's our product inside of an arcade cabinet. But it wasn't, so people do that all the time. They think arcades are cool. They want their brand and logo on it.
All right, B.
The funny thing, though, talking pinball real quick, though, Justin had shared us about the American Pinball Barbecue pinball, because that's supposed to be backyard barbecue sold to be in actual real barbecue stores.
Yeah.
And there was a barbecue store that has pinball and was like, I don't want it.
I haven't heard too many good things about that game so far. Like people are saying like it's boring. I feel bad for American Pinball. I know that they completely cheaped out with the 3D models in it, but like I feel so bad because I really like Galactic Tank Force. I love the theme. I love seeing Kerry Hoskins. I think it actually plays well. I love the music. I love the look. So I was really hoping for more. And Barry O's Barbecue. There's other stuff too. Apparently they didn't get the family's approval to even use his name or likeness before they put it out. Yeah.
Wow.
There's a lot of problems with Barry O's apparently.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. So we do have one other thing I wanted to talk about with Arcade1Up that's currently going on, other than James' fake rumors. Well, PD7's list. It's not James's fault. It's PD7's. But Arcade1Up is having a tax day sale. I got an email about it today. So they've got the deluxe cabs. Normal price was Fast and the Furious. Always $4.99. I thought it was $5.99 regular price.
I think it was $600 when it first came out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's $4.99 now, apparently. But then we get down to the sales. So you can see it's $100 off Pac-Mania Sticker Mania. Yoga Flame is $50 off. Not really any value there. $100 off NFL Blitz. $250 off X-Men. So $4.99. I feel like that was cheaper recently, but $4.99 for X-Men. Anybody who wanted one. $100 off Shack Jam, $200 off Simpsons. Here's the one I got really excited about because you look at this. That's the Pro Killer Instinct in the email, right?
Looking like it. I think
so. They put the Pro there, save $100, and then it says it's $5.99. So I got really excited, and I was like, I got to tell Phil PD7 about this. I know he wants to get one, and that price is crazy. Then when you go in, it takes you to Wayfair, and it's a regular Killer Instinct cab. So don't get fooled by the Pro model. That's just another email mistake. Arcade1Up have done that a couple times this week. You get into the really big sales when you get into these head-to-head tables, $300 off Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Mortal Kombat 2. That Pong one's really nice. And then down here, here's the other really, big saving. $250 off the Attack from Mars pinball machine, $4.99. So, back to where that
Back to original retail.
what the original retail was supposed to be for it. So, you're not going to get an AtGames Legends Attack from Mars, and you want something that doesn't play as well.
There's stools now available. There's back stools that you can get.
We don't need to talk about the $130 back stools, B. They're not that good.
Stools are stools.
Stools are stools. So that's the back, the Arcade1Up back to, what did they call it? The tax day sale?
It says level up your refund with Arcade1Up's tax day deals.
Well, anyways, I just find it funny because today's the day in the U.S. you have to have your taxes in. I don't think Arcade1Up realizes this is not tax return day. No one's getting returns. This is the day you have to pay in. And we get the return later on, Arcade1Up. So you're hitting people up for a sale when they have less expendable income.
Unless it's the people that eventually do get that refund, right? So is it the same? Like, when do you have to submit your taxes in?
We got to get ours in for April 30th. And then it takes, do you have same day returns or something?
If you do direct deposit, it can happen fairly quickly, but this is officially known as tax day. It's a couple other things too. It's my late cat's birthday. It's my son's best friend's birthday. Today is a lot of different random things besides tax day.
Really?
And it's the day
is your late cat's birthday, is that recognized? Do you get the day off work? How does that work?
Oh yeah, my wife is I'm taking the day off completely. She's it's the day that's happening. So
yeah.
Remember I used to have this orange cat in my live videos?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so he passed away in 2021. And so
oh, sorry, man.
But yeah, tax day sucks, but you can get $100 off any of these cabinets, man.
Yeah, everybody keeps saying this, Arcade1Up, tits up, Arcade1Up's going to file for bankruptcy. I don't know where those rumors are coming from. Is Arcade1Up not as flush as they used to be? Absolutely. They don't have the same buying power they had back in 2021. But I mean, if James's rumor is true and they just sold 15,000 Miss Pac-Man XLs to Costco, yeah, they're not closing.
Mode where they just kind of ensure that they can visit the less risky.
Yeah, YouTuber Biggie D keeps talking about Arcade1Up low risk, high return and stuff like that. That's just what they've been doing, right? Yeah. Angry Orange says, why do people watch an arcade stream and actually hope for one of the companies to go under? I don't know, man. I have no idea. There's people in this community who don't even like home arcade products, but yet they make videos on it, complaining about it. I don't get it. All right, B. Now with all that out of the way, the excitement. It says my internet sucks. Am I going out or is B going out?
It could be me. I don't know. It's possible. So I do specialize in Taco Bell Wi-Fi.
Taco Bell Wi-Fi? All right, so B, the real reason I have you on here and the reason that you're in this room with the terrible internet, we're talking about toys.
Toys?
Yes.
Toys.
So B, I've been bugging you about this. You have an amazing toy collection. You're obviously a very big fan, an advocate. Why are you not a toy channel? Why?
Have you watched the toy community lately? It's I think it's even a little bit, people think that we're crazy with our arcade hobby. The toy community goes gaga over every little thing that comes out. And
if people in our community complain about speculation, ladies and gentlemen, you need to go to the toy community.
But yeah, there's a couple of channels that I follow in that toy community. I think the one that I watch the most is Geek Dad Life.
You know what's crazy? I've never ever followed him for toy. Oh my god. Cleveland Gaming Classic picked up a Iron Maiden Stern pin Friday night.
Ooh, fancy!
Yeah,
Congratulations,
I
man.
love Iron Maiden. That's such a cool theme on that table too. Good job.
Mhm. Yeah, congrats.
So, the toy community, Geek Dad Life. I
Mhm.
found Geek Dad Life not for toys. I found him because he used to go out and get Arcade1Up Cabs.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's how I found
Like,
him.
yeah, he did an original one up. He did like this thing where he was hunting for like a Tron cabin as one of his first vlogs, like when he was first starting out.
Yeah,
And it's one of the reasons why I was like, he inspired me to was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I'm a geek. I'm a dad. Maybe I'll start a YouTube channel too. So I've been following for a long time. And now he has like 300 people watching his live streams
I
on
know.
Sunday nights. He does a toy
Yeah,
talk show. And so the toy talk is real. Like he did a show this past Sunday and it was really good. It was talking about X-Men 97, which is like so freaking insane. And he's like, all right, now that we have all this nostalgia that's actually both nostalgic and going forward, it's rare to have that. It's like, do you collect the original toys or do you now collect the new rebranded X-Men 97 toys, right? Which are harder to get now, but then there's like the toy community is like, oh, which one's a better toy? So there's all these comparisons and little things to do. So the thing about the toy community or becoming a toy channel is that everybody likes different things and there's so much more product to kind of be niched and make content about. And so unless you're really into something that's popular, I hear them talking about every single random thing that I don't know if I have enough of the passion to go wide of my toy collection. I have like Transformers, which is probably a big like hobby. I have my Robotech, and then I have like a handful of like Star Wars lightsabers and things. So, but after that, then like I don't do Motu. I don't do all the other things that come out. Joe's,
you
I love Joe's.
literally have a giant Sentinel right behind you. You didn't
I
even mention
do. That's the
X-Men.
HasLab. I'm a Hasbro shill too. I love Hasbro. So they come up with their own Kickstarter.
So
So yeah.
I'm a big advocate of just talking about whatever the hell I want. I
Mhm.
also I assume that my audience isn't going to be offended that I make one or two videos that they don't like. I know that I got a lot of my like people that have been following me for years have given up on me. They get mad, like they come in, they're like, "Oh, you're still Michael B, the Arcade1Up Genie," and like they're
Mhm.
mad that I don't make like
What's
NES
this?
collection videos anymore.
Are you live streaming?
I am. Hi.
What?
What's going on?
Why are you live streaming?
Come say hi.
What?
It's Monday night. You don't know Mondays are a brand new show with Michael B, the Game Genie. So I mean,
We're
it's just
talking toys. We're toy channels
toy
now.
now. No longer talking arcades. It's all about toys. Kongs R Us is now a toy channel.
You said you were done streaming.
Yeah.
What? Oh my god,
What?
I can't even. No.
What? You're done streaming? You're not going to come on other people's and hang out? You're not going to do it from time to time? What'd you tell your wife here, B? Is
Oh, I
this like
told
the
her.
time when you didn't tell her that you bought Godzilla Pinball?
Oh yeah, the time where you told her I bought Godzilla Pinball Machine. She's amazing. She's lovely.
You're not supposed to be live streaming.
Oh my goodness. Okay. That totally didn't make it onto camera, by the way. She tried to grab packing peanuts and throw it in front of my face, and then they just made a mess on the floor. So thank you, Mrs. Congress. I love you. All good.
So does she want you to be done? Like
No.
because it is a lot of time away from the family. People forget that.
No, she's fine. I'm just kidding. We had talked about this. We had made plans. We said it would be funny if she came on and did her Mrs. Conjurer spiel, right? I hope so. It's fine.
She's currently taking the kids, leaving.
No, but it's I had been so ingrained in our schedule to do live streams, and the reason why I was doing weekly live streams was that it would prevent me from going on randomly, like just any day of the week. There was a joke we used to be like, I'd go on any day of the week, but on Thursdays and Sunday nights, even our in-laws would be like, oh, tonight's the night you're streaming, right? We'll hold on to the kids for a little bit longer. We'll work around your schedule. So it's just a one-off. I think I just need to work on how I ask her to say, honey, could you make sure that you watch the kids a little bit longer while I do this thing? Because how often do we get to talk about toys? Like, this is freaking awesome, right? So
I know. I kept you talking about AtGames and Arcade1Up for 40 minutes.
toys, giant ass Sentinel. I mean, like, this is totally worth $200. You don't complain about quality for this thing.
Did this turn into a Whatnot stream? What are we doing here?
I don't know. I'm just throwing out. I don't get to hold and hug my giant Sentinel toy. So,
do you have a Razor Crest? Do you know where your Razor Crest is?
it is no longer on my Infinity game table.
So what else you got there? I'm a huge fan of what you got back there too, because I'm a big Transformers guy. I don't have a lot of the original toys anymore, but what I am a fan of, and what my big hook is when they re-release the original toys, specifically in the original packaging. That's what really gets to me. But I see you've got, are those originals back there? I see like Optimus with his trailer. Is that the original, or is that the one that came out in, I think it's like 2006?
Well, there's a bunch of Optimus Primes, and so what I did was, if you can make my screen a little bit bigger, I'll kind of point to it.
Look at that, Voltron and everything. You son of a bitch.
I collect Optimus Prime. So back up there, these are like generations of Prime. So there's a Gen 1 Optimus Prime there, and then these are just the different versions of Prime throughout his like iterations. So there's an Armada, an Energon, gets up to movie Primes. I don't really collect the G1, so even though they're nostalgic, they're shit ass toys. Like they don't transform that well. And
you were upsetting me now. You don't like Transformers Geo.
You need to get these guys. These are called Masterpiece Transformers, which are the same G1 characters but in much better reimagined.
What do you mean you don't collect G1s back there? Look at this. Like you've got
toys. They're
Fortress
nostalgic.
Maximus. You've got, I forget his name.
Yeah,
I actually have him.
These are all remakes. These are all
out of town, really.
versions of them. Yeah. These aren't the original G1s because these are actually like much better versions of Triptychon and Omega Supreme.
Triptychon,
yeah, and that's a Fort Max and a Metroplex back there. And these are the upgraded versions of them. And then these are all the masterpiece versions of Transformers. So they're G1 characters, but they were remade. And I think they're up to like, they used to number them MP1, MP2. And the original masterpiece Optimus Prime MP1, at the time, it's right there. It was literally the best toy that was ever made. It came out in 2004, so it's about 24 years, 20 years since it's come out. And since then, they've made versions of them. And so now they've made an MP10 and an MP40 of different versions of them. So I love masterpieces and G1s. And then I was really into this line back in the early 2000s. These are called Binotechs or alternators. So these were like early 2000s cars, like real ones, like a Subaru WRX, a Jeep Wrangler, a Mustang, but they transformed into cars. And this was before the real movie came out.
Okay.
And it was like, hey, if they're going to make a movie, I hope they look like this. And these were like $20 at the time. And they were so cool. They were real cars that transform. It was just an updated version. And then these are the Gestalts down there, like Devastators, Predaking, Superion. And then I have that big ass. This is that $700
Unicron.
Big ass. I've never transformed that thing, by the way. It came out of the box and it's just sitting there. It's so freaking huge. Oh look, and there's the Razor Crest.
Because there's the Razor Crest, no longer on the Infinity game table. I remember there was a Unicron that came out, I think around 2006, and it was like one of those Legends ones. There he is up there, yeah.
So that's the Armada Unicron, and they made a remake, and then that's another version of Unicron that came out too. And this is Primus, which is supposed to be Unicron's guy. So yeah, had some big things. I was a Power Rangers fan growing up too. So
yeah, me too.
And so I collected some of the Power Rangers when they came out with their Legacy line. Yeah. And so I don't necessarily love the original versions of toys, because even though I'm nostalgic for the brand, or the original toys sometimes sucked, but like they've remade them in better molds. And so all these Voltrons, that Voltron right there, that's a $700 Voltron right there. That is the most amazing Voltron figure ever made. It's so freaking made. It's made by a company called Blitzway. But yeah, that's an Arcade1Up cabinet. So these are not cheap, but you know, it's what it is. Final Fantasy VII collection, and then I have some other HasLabs that I was into. There's my Proton pack. And then I have a ton of here's the $800 self-transforming.
Yeah. So they have one of these at like in box at the not Toys R Us, the Best Buy that we go to all the time, me and my daughter, and I look at it every time, and it's like $1,000. It was on sale for like $100 off last. Oh my god! Don't do that, B. You're gonna make me want it now.
You want me to turn it on?
Yes, 100%.
All right, let's see if it'll transform. Hey Optimus. Hey Optimus.
Greetings.
Transform. Transform. What? Yeah,
That is so cool.
What?
The only thing I wish, I don't like how the red thing comes up in the back of his head. B, just send it back.
Yeah, it comes off, and there's actually a mod where there's a version that's a hinge that just makes it flap and comes
Oh,
down.
smart.
So there's a simple mod to do this. I just haven't gotten it yet, but
So,
it has commands. You can control it. I bought the $800 trailer that comes with it, which was stupid as well. But you can't have Prime without a trailer. So.
B, how do you explain this to your wife when you're getting all this stuff? Like,
it was easier to sneak in these toys than an Arcade1Up for sure.
yeah.
And so I used to get these shipped to my work, and then I would bring them home. And then originally it was like, hey, if you can keep this all in one room, then that's fine. You have your room. But then when I started taking over the house, so she actually much preferred me collecting toys because it kept my mind and hobby a little bit tighter. But yeah, he's breeding and he does commands and things too. Forget what else you can say to him. But
that's the coolest shit I've ever seen. And you got the giant Galactus there. Tell me about Galactus here. So what is this giant figure and the giant Sentinel there? But what's the Galactus from? This was a HasLab as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, so Galactus, this is it's like the third version of Galactus that's come out from Hasbro. So because the original one that came out was a Build-A-Figure. So there was this line called Marvel Legends that came out in the early 2000s. And me and my ex-roommate from college, we're both into Transformers, but he was really into Marvel Legends. And at the time, you would buy a figure, it would come with a comic book, and then a figure, a series of them would come with a part. And so the first Galactus was maybe like this tall, and like you get 6 pieces of his arms and legs to put it together. And then they made another Galactus figure, and then this HasLab version, they just upped the game and just made him super huge and tall. It's almost the same size as Sentinel. And again, I don't collect individual Marvel figures, but I just love big shit that looks super cool. And I was like, and then the collector in me is like HasLabs. Once they get to, and for folks that don't know, it's the Kickstarter version of HasLab. And so look at the size of this. It's right next
freaking cool
to the size of the Sentinel. It's just impressive to have. And
is there any truth to the rumor that both of those are to scale with Detroit Love?
It's quite possible. It's quite possible for sure. But I mean, they're super impressive, and they're reasonably priced. I mean, I think the Sentinel was like $200, maybe $250.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Like Sentinel, and so I mean, for the size that you're getting for a figure, like you always felt they're super quality. This is the one that's like, I can't believe people would pay $800 for this, but it is like super tall. I mean, when we look at,
you can't believe that a self-transforming Optimus Prime people wouldn't pay $800 for.
It's really expensive for what it is. And then when you turn it off, you kind of just falls down. Like the bad thing about this thing is that when you turn them off, like I'm going to turn them off right now. Since it must be stopped. It just kind of sits there and just like, that's the off mode because the servos don't get hard. And so he becomes just a little floppy mess when he's off. So he can't stand up on his own when he's in off mode. He just kind of like falls over.
We had a $5 super chat here from my buddy Jeff Walsh. You need to do a show where one shows all of their toy collections, because there's a lot of us in the home arcade community, not just Cool Toy, that actually do collect toys and shit as well. So really good idea, Jeff, and thank you very much for the super chat.
Yeah, do you remember Mr. Home Arcade? He's a full-on toy channel now. He's like a full-on Masters of the Unis Motu channel, but he still has Mr. Home Arcade as his as his child.
Paul Minderman says Nostalgia's servos don't get hard either, but he's working on it.
Yeah. And then the main thing that I my biggest passionate collection, if you can see on
Robotech.
My Robotech, my Macross collection with my helmets and things. So this is that 80s anime that came out, and this is the one where my wife could not understand, because if you look at them, it's pretty much the same toy mold, just over and over again. And they're like, why do you have so many of the same toy? Because I'm like, they're different types. Look, this one is orange, that one is yellow and black, that one has extra boosters on it. But they're essentially the same mold.
What is this? This is a modded Macross Arcade1Up. Have you showed this off before?
Oh, this over here? Yeah, this was my original Macross Arcade1Up cabinet that I made in 2021. So it's a dual stick mod. So it has 2 sticks. It's Macross. There's a Macross arcade game that originally came out, but never had an official skin for it. So I made a custom artwork for it, and then it has a bunch of a PC. Have you never seen that before? It's in the background of some of my videos.
I don't watch a lot of your videos, B.
Of course you don't, but yeah, it was a fun mod. It's one of my favorite cabs that I put together.
Man, like I'm just so impressed at the level of stuff you actually have here, B, and also like I mean the setup, like these actual like showcase shelves with the lighting and everything. It looks really cool. Tell everybody at home there is a Robotech Transformers crossover long before crossovers were super popular. Do you want to tell everybody about the Robotech Transformers crossover if they don't know about it?
Yeah, so in the Robotech days, which came out around Transformers, there was a Transformer named Jetfire that they couldn't quite make a mold for it. And so what they did was they took the Robotech Macross VF1 design, which turned into a robot, and just named it Jetfire instead of Skyfire from the show. And so I actually have not the original G1, but this is a updated molded version that came out recently from a company called oh my goodness, like it moves on its own. But yeah, so it's kind of cool. It's a Skyfire Jetfire modded Macross toy. So there she is, upgraded version.
Yeah, so in your defense, because honestly, I'd like you were making me a little mad, be talking about the original toys being no good earlier, but like the original Transformers were actually they were like other toys that were rebranded and brought to the U.S. Other Japanese toys, were they not?
Yeah. I mean, the whole history of like Transformers and GoBots, like they were like Diaclones, and they were completely different toys. This was Convoy was the toy. Like they came out with the truck Transformer before it became Optimus Prime, but it's a super interesting story of how they became who they are now. But yeah, it's super fun. And then some people are saying like I have other figures and things.
Yeah, they saw the porno figures back there. You can't get away with it.
They're Macross.
They're totally porno.
Figures? Yeah, look at that. Good stuff back there. Right?
You can tell us if you have a love pillow. It's okay.
Oh yes, they're down there. Yeah, no, that's the I made a cosplay outfit for my 4-year-old son back then. That was an actual full-on cosplay outfit for it. But yeah, have you ever watched? Did you ever watch Robotech back in the day?
Oh yeah, I've got the DVDs down there. I was a huge just the I guess you call it the first saga, the Macross saga. Yeah. Just the original saga. I didn't watch any of the other stuff. I started watching after I finished the rewatch of the original saga on DVD. I started watching the second one, and I was like, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah. The whole Macross series though is I think it's coming to Disney Plus or something like that, and so
get right out of town.
Yeah, it was like a breakthrough thing. For folks that don't know, Harmony Gold was a company that took
that
made Robotech, but they combined 3 separate anime series and turned it into Robotech. And then since then, they pretty much cock-blocked Macross from coming to the US. So all these figures, these had to be imported from Japan by like dealers. The reason why I got all these toys is I used to have toy friends that like we'd go meet up at a toy show, and he'd open up his trunk and I'd be like, you got an extra one for me, and I'd open up his coat, and then I'd get all these things off of group buys and things. So that's how it all happened. And for folks that are wondering, where the new wave toys, they work perfectly with my toy collection. So there's my desk over there with some other Transformers and 1/6 scale figures and Power Rangers. So 1/6 scale toys and new wave toys, it's a perfect combination for the arcade collector business.
Nice.
So there it is, man. Thanks for letting me show off my toys. And I feel like I've always, if I wanted to dedicate and like do a room tour, I feel like I have some credibility to talk about this stuff. So hey, man, it happened.
You totally should. So you know what? Go back up there, just show off I have that exact same Optimus. It's a Tubbs figure or whatever it is right there, right? So if you go up and show your Voltron again, and what's killing me right now, I love Voltron, like love Voltron. That was my first He-Man, and then Voltron were the first 2 shows I really got into, cartoon-like shows when I was growing up as a kid. And what is killing me right now is, I don't know if you've seen, but Target have recently released the original Lions back again for the 40th anniversary. Mm-hmm. And they're only available at Target. And guess what? There's no Target in Canada. So
There's
now
no Target. Oh no.
so now I'm trying to figure out how I can get my hands on these 40th anniversary. Like sometimes we're lucky and like shit that's exclusive somewhere else will end up coming to our version of Toys R Us. So that's what I'm hoping for. But like I desperately miss my original Voltron. I miss getting the, because this is a re-release of the one they did 2017. So yeah, I'm gonna get my hands on this one. Pardon?
So let me ask you this: are you opposed to, like, have you ever gotten a third party or bootleg version of a toy, like a
No.
knockoff?
No.
Is that something that would interest you?
No.
So here's the thing, though. Like, the Transformers community has been, I guess there's third-party companies that aren't official Hasbro or Takara that are making Transformers toys now. So they can't officially call them Transformers or Autobots, but like these two Autobots right there, like everything you see in this front row, these are third-party bootleg Transformers that still look exactly like Optimus Prime, and you just have to put your own Autobot logo on it. That's why they're so they look fantastic. And the reason why I say that is that $700 Voltron,
Yeah.
there's a bootleg version of him. I think that's like $200-300 that just doesn't come with an awesome stand, and it doesn't have a box for it, but it's the same quality. It's pretty, like the bootlegs, they used to go to Chinatown and they'd be like off color and off brand, but now they look almost indistinguishable from these things. And so if you're looking for things, there's some things I could recommend for you, but knockoff party toys.
What are your thoughts on companies like Super 7? So right now I started collecting the G.I. Joe Classifieds retro line. Huge G.I. Joe guy. But I asked one of my friends about it. I was like, you going to pick these up as well? And he was like, I think I'm actually going to go the Super 7s. And they're super impressive, but they don't have the original packaging. So that's what's kind of turning me away from them. But man, they're expensive. Holy shit.
Yeah, there's some companies that are super expensive too, and it's been hard to follow and stay on top of what releases are coming out from which companies, you know. And so in my mind, you know, you have your top dogs like Hasbro, Mattel's, right? And then there's from the Japanese toy lines, Takara, Bandai. They've been making some really top quality things, and so when you see those brands making things, I'll pay attention. But yeah, some of the smaller brands, I don't think I have any Super 7 things. But yeah, the other thing I was collecting a ton of, I know we're super Ninja Turtle fans. Like I used to collect tons of Ninja Turtle toys, and there's a whole line of Turtles toys that are super awesome. And I forget which company makes some good ones, but NECA.
Oh yeah, NECA makes great stuff. So very quick, $5 US. The original Voltron could fit the 5-inch figures in. Does the Target fit the figures? That's another thing I'm surprised by. None of the lions come with the figures. The figures don't come with the lions. It's just the lions. So it's not 100% accurate. Like I still got all my Voltron original. I don't have my original Voltron toys, but I have all the guys that came with them. So I've got my I got my Lance downstairs. I got to find out where the rest of them are.
Yeah. Did you ever watch the new Voltron series? Like, what do you think about remakes of like toys?
Some are good. Some are good. I don't like I like every now and then, like if I can get them really cheap, I'll pick them up. Like I picked up some of those He-Man toys. I like the new Voltron Legendary Defender, but I mean, very few times I'll watch something and say that was just as good, if not better than the original, except for X-Men 97.
I mean, so here's the thing. So a lot of these toys are based off of shows in order to sell the product, right? Like they're based off of something, like some commercial entity. And so whenever they make re-releases of things, I'm always kind of trying to see like if it's, to your point, like is it as good? So like when they did a Voltron like DreamWorks version of it, they released those I knew the toys were going to come out of it, and I was like, "Oh, this Voltron series is really good."
Well, look, B, you're like, these are the only toys I collect. I'm here looking at Final Fantasy toys now, 7 and 8.
Yeah,
like you got all kinds of shit you're not even talking about. Why are you not a toy channel? Look at this Squall back there, and then you've got Tifa.
These figures were before when now Square Enix Final Fantasy toys are like $100 each, but these used to be $20. Squeenix. They used to be like $20 when I was going to Anime Expo. I have some Dragon Ball.
Yeah. Ooh, that's what I'm talking about. You know, I like Dragon Ball.
Yeah. And then I had some Trigun figures, but I got my kids watching Trigun anime, and then I gave them all my figures and toys. But But yeah, and I have a couple of Star Wars things too. Mostly big figures and ships, and they're my other toy room. But yeah, and then this is like, there's some old toys that are really good. Maybe I'll do a series of like old toys that are super good. This Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man figure ever made, and it's from the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man 2 movie. But it's so many points of articulation. There's so many like things where every single joint
Oh, that's
is
cool.
so much articulation that you can do all sorts of fun poses, and like nobody would say anything, but it's really cool. So this was like the 2002.
His head looks like it's seen better days.
Yeah, it's just it's a little boost, but otherwise you can tighten it up. Yeah. Spider-Man versus Optimus.
He's out of here. All right, B. I know P-Dubs is trying to get started. I love this, man. Yeah. I really do. My whole point to doing this, this, because I've been at you forever. I'm really trying to motivate you to do more stuff with toys. Like, I think you've got such a passion, so much knowledge, such an amazing collection. Everybody, throw some support to B here in the chat. Let's see B talk about some toys, man. Like, I'd love to see that. Maybe I'd even watch.
Maybe I'll do a show called the next up or something, or how many points of articulation. I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, but like, I mean, seriously, man, like, I'm a big advocate for people to talk about what you're interested in. You don't have to put yourself in a box and say, I'm this channel. Just talk about whatever you want, right? And you got so much cool shit there, man. And it's a shame you don't do more to show it off.
Maybe I will, sir. Maybe I will. Thank you again for having me. Appreciate that. And me and Optimus are going to hang out. I haven't turned him on in like 6 months, so.
Is he like going to be like jealous now and regretful and be like, how come you haven't spent time with me?
I'm surprised it's still working as well as it is. There's been so many complaints about this guy like not working after a while. Yeah. But yeah, $800. It's pretty much a really cool party trick. So I'm glad that I was.
So this is Jeff again, $5 super chat. Thank you so much, Jeff. Where is the Final Fantasy VIII bus? Sorry, I'm geeking out on toys. No one I know collects this stuff like me. Thank you very much for the super chat, man.
Yeah, I just had a couple of Final Fantasy VIII figures back there. But yeah, Squall Renoa. That's when I was dating my wife. That was the Final Fantasy I was playing at the time, and so she just remembered me playing this one level over and over and over to grind and just level up. But yeah, that was
fun. My poor wife, when we first started seeing each other, she sat through like all 110 hours of Dragon Quest VIII with me.
Just grinding and leveling up.
Oh, nice. What a amazing game, but like what a horrible 100 and man, I don't know if it wasn't 130 hours, and she honestly spent every one of them with me. God bless her. Before we go really quickly, I got a message from my buddy She Lion Gaming. So she's got a teaser trailer for her new show coming up, Arcade vs. Console, episode 5. It's coming up April 17th. So I'm going to play this and really hope there's no licensed music before we go. This will play us out, B. Are you okay with that? We'll play Jade's thing to go out. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much, everybody. After this, go check out my buddy P-Dubs. He's back, Multicade Monday. Tune in next week. I'm starting my new Monday show called Multicade Madness that will go on every week right before P-Dubs.
It's madness here. Thanks,
Multicade Madness. All right, check out Jade's video, and we'll see you guys all next week.
Bye, Kevin.
B, how do I make the audio work on this so I can do this properly?
Share screen and then make sure you check that box that says include audio. Also share.
Also share tab audio. Yeah, it was on. Weird.
Yeah.
All right, let's try this again. Tell me if it works this time.
One more time.
D, how do I make the audio work on this so I can do this properly?
I still don't hear anything.
Is it working now?
No, I'm still not hearing anything.
Sorry, everybody. I have no clue what I'm doing, apparently. Hold on.
You just get to lip sync to the whole thing. Just mouth the whole thing.
So anyways, awesome video. You guys got to see it. A video good, audio bad. I'm going to put a link to the video. Guys, go check it out. Do me a favor. Go check out She Lion. I don't know why I can't get the audio to work. It's not working for me. Everybody hates me. James hates me.
James hates everything.
James hates
Good
everything.
job, James.
Go check out She Lion's video on Arcade versus Console, coming out April 17th. You guys, you're all wonderful. Thanks for being here tonight. And keep harassing B until he makes more toy videos. See you, everybody.
Bye.
So I don't know if you noticed, I don't use that on my videos anymore as the outro music.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I've got a new song.
Oh.
Yeah, the moon theme from DuckTales. No one else is doing it. I'm serious, too.
It's good. I've heard this remix